Getting an update on some important things that are happening with the Alzheimer's Association. Joining us today, the Executive Director of the Alzheimer's Association Northwest Ohio chapter, we've got Julia Pechlivanos. And thanks for joining us, Julia.
Thanks for having me, Holly.
Okay, let's start. First of all, a big conference is coming up. In fact, it's an international conference by the Alzheimer's Association. Tell us about that. Why is it important to meet like this, and what kind of things happen at this conference?
Well, the Alzheimer's Association International Conference is out in San Diego and online coming up at the beginning of August, late July 31st through August 4th. And we're really excited about it this year. Again, being a hybrid, we started with the pandemic creating this hybrid international conference of researchers. It's the largest gathering in the world of Alzheimer's and brain health researchers. And they get together and they learn from one another. They present one another's papers, and as a result, they're able to build on the knowledge of others in the work that they're doing to help us end Alzheimer's and all forms of dementia.
So who do you think would be interested in, watching it online, or even, I guess you could travel to San Diego if you want, but like, who's it targeted toward? Folks like you or people with Alzheimer's?
Well, it is not targeted for people with Alzheimer's unless they're very, very early in the process. But caregivers who are interested in research, people who are interested in clinical trials and what's going on there, and anyone, a professional or layperson who's interested in brain and brain health research is the ideal candidate to attend online or in person. Online is obviously easier for those of us who live in Ohio. And it gives the people the opportunity to kind of dip in and out. Also, watch recordings of presentations as well when it's convenient for them. And I believe all those main presentations stay online for 30 days after the event's over for anyone who registers to be an online participant.
Wow, sounds very fascinating. And you mentioned trials. Let's talk about Trial Match, because people might not know about it and how it probably is important too with research and the way things go with treatments.
Well, I'll start off by telling you I'm a part of Trial Match, and while I don't have a family history of Alzheimer's disease, I do have a family history of vascular dementia, and I'm in the trial not because of that, but because I'm interested, obviously, in preventative measures and in also what kinds of treatments are coming around. And the trial that I'm a part of is simply measuring my brain activity and my recall ability as compared to other people of my same demographics. And so it's not a medication trial. It's really learning more about my brain and the brain of others. And I just get on 15 minutes every 3 months. I get on the computer and I do a memory game or a couple of memory games, and then they track that data. So those are the kinds of things that you can do very easily as being a part of Trial Match, everything up to and including clinical trials on medications. So individuals who are in the very earliest stages of Alzheimer's disease or another form of dementia may be eligible for medications that aren't easily obtained through, or cannot be obtained any other way. But it's also a great opportunity for people to really fully engage in this process. I know that anyone who has dementia certainly does not want their family members in later generations also developing it. And the only way we can find ways to treat and cure dementia is with these clinical trials. So you hop online at alz.org/trialmatch, and you can register, and it doesn't obligate you to anything. It's absolutely free, but you'll get regular emails about the kinds of clinical trials that you can participate in. And those clinical trials are always free. So no cost involved with this at all, other than perhaps some transportation costs if you're participating in a trial that requires you to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Well, that sounds like perfect for those folks who are like, I want to do something. I want, to try to make a difference. And just like you said, you're part of it. I mean, be a part of it. Try this Trial Match and see where you can maybe fit in.
And it's 15 minutes 4 times a year. So it's no big deal, but they send me afterwards a report on whether my brain function has changed and how that compares to other people my age and other demographics. So, it's a nice tool just if you're curious about how your brain's working as well.
Yeah, exciting stuff. Julia, some great stuff you shared with us. Thanks very much for joining us today.
Thank you, Holly. My pleasure.
All right, don't go away. Immune Edition continues in a moment.
Big